Today we are discussing the final book of We Who Are About to Die.
You are now watching WhoDooTV.
Welcome to WhoDooTV. I'm Jared.
And I'm Hoosier. Today we are going over We Who Are About to Die, number 4, the close of this story.
The writer is Peter Milligan, with art by Juan Jose Reap and colors by Frankie D'Armata. In this book, though, we also get two other artists, Ryan Lee and Roberto de la Torre.
And as always, this book continues to look good, and so does the story. Number 3 left us with Antonius trying to get back his son. He was in Apollo's temple and is about to attack Apollo, and that's where we start off number 4. Today we're going to get pretty in-depth in this book, so we've read it, so we hope you read it. So there will be some spoilers. Pause us, come back, we'll still be here when you're ready.
We pick up number 4 in a conversation between Nero and Rubria. He believes that she is possibly responsible for the curse going on, and he's threatening to kill her by burying her alive. It's kind of brutal. Then we come back to the Temple of Apollo, and Antonius is in the middle of battling Apollo. And it seems to be a pretty tough fight until his son reminds him, hey, you don't believe in the gods. How can you let him kill you? And the tides change, and pretty soon Apollo is turning tail and running away from Antonius. And it's pretty funny, but it leads Antonius to see the Ulysses nightmare, the botanical that seems to cause this hysteria going on.
Achillia introduces Antonius to the caretaker of Achillia and Alyssa, who they raised with, to get some more information about Alyssa and to kind of figure out what her play is in all this and who she actually is. During this, we get some interesting information about Alyssa's past that Antonius uses later on in the story.
Antonius, Achillia, and Bran, then armed with this new knowledge that they have, enter the cave that Alyssa has been hiding out in to confront Alyssa to end this curse once and for all.
So it turns out this whole hysteria has been caused by Ulysses' nightmare, the hallucinogen plant, and the magic of Alyssa with her voodoo dolls and whatnot. Then we're left to have Antonius and Achillia go to Nero and try to plead for her freedom. But Nero, being Nero, basically says, you need to hold up because I'm going to need you. And we're going to have an A+A in a little different way.
Yeah, Achillia and Antonius,
So,
which is really exciting. So it sounds like we're going to get a third arc, which is great because this book is awesome. Finishing this up, the whole story has been this great roller coaster of mystery and challenging these cultural beliefs of the role of women in this. It's been really, really good. What did you think of this one?
number 3, again, had so many questions left open. And again, Peter Milligan scores big. He closes it out hard. We're left with a great idea of what happened and also leading us wanting more. From this story, keep playing out the changes in cultural beliefs, the changing in women and how they're viewed in Rome was just all a great story. I think this surpassed the last run of Britannia, and it left me really wanting to get to know Achillia more and really trying to see what's going to happen more with Antonius. I've enjoyed Britannia. I think it's just been a great book. It's one of the books that I'm looking forward to each week.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot of fun. I was excited to finally get closure and to get some answers about what the heck was going on, so that's really good. In the beginning, I mentioned that there were a couple other artists in this. You could notice when there was an art change. One of them seemed more appropriate than another, as I'm just very curious. There was a fight scene in this one where in the middle of the fight scene, there were about two or three pages where the art changed, and I believe the art changed over to Ryan Lee's art. The other one was a flashback, so that seemed to be a bit more, I could understand that a bit better. How did you feel about that art change?
I actually didn't notice the art change at first until you mentioned it to me. I read this on a digital copy on my phone, and I think you were reading it in a bigger format, so I think you saw it. And then we get some de la Torre history art as well when we're looking at Alyssa's history, which has always been, I think, de la Torre's best work has been when he's used in that role.
We do have the same colors throughout this whole book, Frankie D'Armata, so that does help with the change between Reap and Lee's work, so it does keep it consistent, which is really nice. It smooths it out, definitely.
And the change from the last book, having Jordi Belair do the colors, was great in that era of being in Britannia. And now that they're back in Rome, it was a little bit brighter. It fit the scene more. And all the way around, from the first Britannia to this Britannia, they look great. Milligan's work has been spot on. Art, story, colors, book itself in prestige format, I am giving this a 4.5.
I think that's appropriate. I would give this one probably a 4.3, 4.25 around there. Just because the art change was a little bit different. I did notice it, but like I said, you might not, the readers out there. But the story is solid. The story is great. I would think it closed up this whole thing really well, really appropriately. And I mean, it left us with a taste for more. So yeah, I think this was awesome. It was really good. So 4.25 on my part. Let us know what you guys thought about this book. Out of 5, comment down below what you guys think you would score this. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button.
Subscribe. We love it. Thank you for doing it. Follow us on Twitter at WhoDooTV. Also, at Facebook, we're there too.
Yeah, and we would like to thank our friends over at OutrightGeekery.com. Be sure to check them out for anything that you want that's geek related.
That's pretty geeky. And thanks for watching WhoDooTV.